Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your general love reading. It should resonate for whenever you get this message. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content I create so you'll know when more videos are posted. I'm going to do a couple of oracle cards for your side and their side. And then we'll go into some tarot. Wow. I don't know who that was that tried to come out. Anyways, navigating by the stars, follow your bliss, and finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. I don't know. Maybe you know someone who talks like that. I don't. Alright, I'll refer to them as side 1 and side 2. I'm not going to assign genders. Side 1 gets detox, cleanse, and restore yourself. Side 2 gets you belong to paradise. I want to say Sagittarius also got follow your bliss. Side 1 gets denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Side 2, self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So with side 1, it's like get out of the 3D a little bit more. Cleanse and restore yourself. I feel like, if you've been engaging in a little too much drinking or a little too much, indulgence in that factor, release it, acknowledge your fear, and replace it with insight of awareness so you can follow your bliss. When you have those blinders on, it keeps you back from what you're supposed to be doing. And I mean, as far as following your path in this life. On side 2, it's opening to your spiritual source. You belong to paradise, and I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So I feel like side 2 is really either, if they haven't started yet, they're getting into where they're realizing they're a guide, a teacher, and that can be scary, but it feels like they may be closed off a little bit. They may be going through a relationship or having just ended a relationship after having discovered there's something I'm missing here, and it caused them to go a little further into their divinity. And that could be you too. So we have the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Wands, Tower, Death card, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. For side 1, the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles in the Tower, I feel like something happened very quickly that resulted in a tower, and it caused some fear. It left you with a need to detox. It left you with that feeling of not being in control. And maybe you were following some people. You were in a group mindset, and so you were following some people, and you realized, like, this isn't me. This isn't what I do. This is not, what I'm supposed to be doing. And this could be your person as well. We have the Justice card, which could be have to do with court. Then we have the Queen of Swords and the Page of Cups. So Justice means there was some sort of fairness that was involved. Sides were drawn up. Whose fault was it? Kind of came in there. And then the Queen of Swords made an appearance, which could be you, it could be them. Or someone embodied that energy and said, look, this isn't right. This is not what this is not what I'm about. I can't do this anymore. Maybe that was you or your person standing their ground in their life and telling the people that they were with, like, y'all, this is not, I'm too old for this. I can't be out until 4 a.m. drinking it up when I've got to be at work at 6. You know what I mean? Like, that's just an example. But and then the Page of Cups is realizing that need for self-love, cleansing and restoring yourself. And I mean, following your bliss is getting back into an energy of following where you're supposed to be going in life. Not following a group mindset, but following your happiness. So we have the Page of Swords, which is either your side or their side. It's someone who you really have called yourself out on some things that needed to be called out on. And it could be I'm not saying that in a negative way. It was like, look, I'm better than this. I need to act better than this. It's just a reminder, you belong to paradise, opening to your spiritual source. And that could have been your higher self. Like, why are you doing this? And you could have looked into a mirror and kind of saw yourself acting the way that you were acting, and you just didn't see someone that you liked. So the King of Pentacles is clarified by the 7 of coins, which is 7 of Pentacles. And if that's you, then, you really saw everything that you had worked for jeopardized. All that stuff on the line. It was just put into jeopardy. And then with the Knight of Pentacles, it was clarified by the 6 of Swords. So, I have, again, I'm seeing a lot of people going through the same things, like an awakening. It really can be boiled down to an awakening. You and your person are going through an awakening of sorts, where you're realizing that the people you hang around really aren't the best influences on you right now. Regardless if it's the words they're saying, how they're acting, and like we have the Death card on side 2. That has signified that a new beginning needs to happen. So on side 2, it's opening to your spiritual source. You belong to paradise. Like, if you're out here doing things that you shouldn't be doing, and then realizing you're supposed to be better, you're supposed to be a teacher, so you can draw in this love. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And the thing is, when you have two people who are operating on a low frequency and they get together, it has more of a likelihood that it'll turn toxic. And you guys will encourage further toxicity in one another. What Spirit is saying is both of you guys can be an inspiration to each other as you work through the things that you've been going through, to cleanse, to realize how divine you are. And this is both of you. And I don't even think they realize that you're going through the same thing. And it's not exactly the same thing. It could be a toxic work environment, engaging in gossip, all of that stuff. It's low. It's a lower vibration, and you got to step out of it. You got to step above it. I'm going to pull one of these. Some of it is acting in a state of fear because you don't want to be seen as one of the outside people. You want to be one of the group. But honestly, if that's a member of the group, like, you shouldn't want to be a part of that. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And I think that's why you guys are going to connect on such a good level, like when you finally come in contact with each other. If you don't already know each other, I think right now both of you are just so, and maybe you're already in a toxic relationship right now and you haven't met each other yet, or you know of each other, and maybe you're friends, you know, but that's why when you guys get together, it's going to be so good for each other, is you can relate on everything that you've been through. So we have advancement. A strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the stirrings of your heart. If anything, seeing someone else who's going through the same things, and not exactly the same, but who's also going through difficulty, is going to further encourage you to keep going, keep pushing forward, to realize how divine of a person you are. And you guys are going to encourage each other to keep moving forward. So I have 8 of Pentacles here. And that goes back to what I was saying before, where right now, like, things are just, from this card, I get things are kind of stuck. But they don't have to be. You have to want to follow your bliss on side 1 and open to your spiritual source on side 2. You can get to the point where you're having coffee in bed with the love of your life, but you have to cleanse and restore yourself. You have to remind yourself that you're a divine being. You really do. And that all of that is waiting for you on the other side. You have to get to a point where you're tired of participating in this low vibrational energy. And both of you belong together. I see this going long term. I really do. It's for some of you out there. So anyways, Capricorn, I hope this resonated for you, and I'll see you next time.